I have to say, thank you all so much for like just subscribing and viewing the last video. It was so helpful, and it was the most views we ever had on a video. 180 views, that's like the most I've ever had. I know that there are YouTubers that have a lot, like millions, but it was just so helpful. Thank you. So this video will be on the third place. What is the third place? Well, it's simply a place where you can go that it's not work or home. And just like a found family, it's where you choose to be. And the reason why people are talking about this is due to inflation and things just costing more. Being an introvert, you do need a third place, mainly due to the fact that even if you don't want to talk to people, you still have somewhere to go to that you could choose to if you want to. Even if you're an introvert that's a homebody, because that choice is still there. The loss of the third place makes it to where that decision is just not there. People tend not to have a third place usually if they're stuck at home or at work. Because of this, people tend to be usually very lonely. And with a lot of people extroverted or introverted, being lonely just leads to sadness and depression. The mood depression, not really chronic depression, but many people are experiencing that kind of mood depression, especially if you're not really a homebody like many other people, whether extroverted or introverted. Even if you're a homebody, I would say getting a third place is very important, especially for an extrovert that has more of an affinity to being a homebody. This is why the third place is known for being your second home. Many people who I would deem them as aka extroverts who are homebodies tend to go to places where they can socialize, and these places usually stay the same. This is why I would say being a homebody or being somebody who likes to get out a lot matters way more than being an introvert or an extrovert. But that might just be because I'm a really big extrovert. Now for the part everyone's been waiting for. This point kind of came from TikTok. So let's look at some TikTok responses to this topic.
Our generation is so depressed because we don't have a third place. In our parents' generation and almost every generation before that, there were three places: work, home, and social gatherings. If you had a shitty day at work, you could look forward to going to the pub after work with your friends. Or if you get into an argument with your wife, you could go to the golf course and hang out with your buddies. Or if you're feeling lonely on a random Tuesday, you can look forward to your darts or pool league after work.
That's the point that he's making. Most people don't have a third place. They usually maybe have a bar they go to maybe once every really big event. And by big event, I don't even mean like promotions or just letting off steam. No, when I say big events, I mean New Year's, Christmases, or like the vague parties that happen every now and then. Other than that, most people just stay inside all day, go to work, and come home to do very solitary hobbies. No sweat if that's not who you are, where like you just don't like going out as much and you like doing more solitary hobbies. I'm not saying that you have to like go out every day to the club or to a bar. You can stay inside as much as you want to. It doesn't even have to be like the most social thing, but that lack of a third place for most people can become a really big problem. I'm gonna ask you a question. If you had left the state that you were in for like 6 months, and after you came back to your hometown, after seeing all of your family and stuff like that, where would you go to let off steam before you went back? The reason I asked this is because I have a friend that's coming back from an area I haven't seen him for 6 months, and we're going to a place that we normally hang out at whenever we would just be chilling. It's our third place. I'm not saying this a brag, saying hey, I have more friends than you. I'm asking, what would you do if like you like had to just come back to town and have the most fun of your life? What would be the first place you would go to in your hometown if you had been gone for a while? If you come with the answer, most of the time it'll be your third place.
The sense of community and belongingness that people used to have at this third place, like it or not, made it a lot harder to be depressed. Nowadays, most people do not have three places, they have two and sometimes even one. Either work and home, or sometimes just home because people work from home. That sense of community, the sense of belongingness, the social gatherings that people used to rely on a daily basis are completely gone from our generation.
Like I said, the lack of a third place, most people just stay inside, and it makes it very easy to become depressed. Anything close to social gathering usually happens through social media, and it works in the moment but causes a lot of people to feel very lonely.
Third spaces aren't profitable, and that's why they don't exist.
Damn, straight out the gate with that one. Okay, what are your thoughts?
Now, I work in politics and government, and I'm going to tell you right now, when most cities are thinking about bringing things to their city, they're thinking about, does it make us money? I don't say I agree with that, but that's how a lot of development is thinking about. Overall, what are the taxes that are going to bring in to help the bottom line of the budget?
At the end of the day, the money's the only thing that matters. This is the one thing I want to bring it to, is that we've always had this message pounded into our heads. Money is the only thing that matters, and you have to be able to make a lot of it to have a decent life. Depression, hunger, all of it only matters as long as you make a lot of money. As long as you don't have a lot of expendable income, then you don't get to have a good life or your problem solved. This is the sad part about third places, because of inflation. Everyone's just struggling right now, and it kind of is hurting the third place. Why do you think this escape the matrix era thing is so big right now? Is because, like, one, it lets people have their biases about their group without being checked. But the second reason why the fresh and fit and girl boss stuff is getting so big is because it also talks about money. And even if it doesn't give you any way of making it, you get to live out a fantasy, and you get to at least get to do one, rag on the other side, and two, if you follow the stuff long enough, think that the bad times of not making a lot of money will be over. But look at a lot of people that are following this stuff. Not the people who do it occasionally, you know, the people that just use this stuff to prove that their biases are correct instead of doing any kind of self-reflection. The people that really follow stuff tend to be really lonely, and like I have a lot of friends. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not Abba and Preach. Check out their video on that or any of these other videos. Everybody has their own biases, but like the one thing I always want to talk about is that the reason why this kind of mindset is so prevalent is because a lot of people don't have friends or a third place to go to. A lot of people are either friends from high school, college, or that one person you didn't really fuck with in high school who's become more of a friend because it's hard to make friends as you get older. That's a common experience for a lot of people, especially in their early 20s right now, which is kind of sad. Maybe you want to be chronically online and see it as being a bad thing. While these things seem unrelated, there's a reason why people don't have a third place, and a lot of them have to do with these. Okay, no more being sad. We gotta talk about this. Here's some things that can help you. 1, go to bars. Even if you don't drink, because I don't really drink, go to bars, try them. You'd be surprised at the amount of people that don't drink that'll be there. Just moderate to make sure you don't drink too much if you do drink. The reason why I say this is because bars have a lot of events you can meet people. Even if the average bar scene isn't your thing, most cities have bars that are different from the average bar. If you're having a hard time finding this, downtown might be your best chance to find one of these because they're kind of everywhere. Number 2, if you don't have bars like that, if the town that you live in just doesn't have anything, the conventions or festivals might be your thing. Mainly because they're either free or the paywall is $20, very rarely, maybe $15 usually. Number 3, and this is something that happens for a lot of small towns, get invested in your local music scene. Yeah, I'm saying this as a musician, but I'm also saying this as somebody who was alone for a while. Hated where I lived, only really watched movies at home. Then this girl who I only knew for like a month invited me to this local show. That's what got me into the local music scene. And now a lot of those venues that I go to shows at are my second home. Exactly how I got in the current band that I'm in. Number 4 is simple, go to parties. If this doesn't work for you, then number 5, go on a Discord server with a lot of people. If all these steps haven't worked for you so far, then that's fine because YouTubers will give you different advice like classes or stuff like that. But this can help you out. Use a Discord server. Doing this will have you meet new people who you would normally not meet. This can form around any community. And in time, if you get to the right one, you will meet people that will take you to your third place. Reddit will probably help you find one if you're having a hard time finding a Discord server. And that's it. Thank you for watching. And before you go, we now have a schedule for video uploads. I'm not gonna be a weekly uploader, but you're gonna get a video every month at the bare minimum. I want this channel to grow past like 100 subscribers. So like, share with your friends. I'll see you next time.